One of the things that I love most about farm country is driving down the road at 55 or 60 miles an hour and watching the rows of corn flicker by. In researching for Scouting the Divine and spending time on a farm in Nebraska, I discovered that it's not easy to keep your rows straight. You have to be careful and intentional in your planting. Why are straight rows so important? Because if you don't keep your rows straight, you'll get what they call bends in the rows, and that leads to a lot of inefficiency. You can not only lose valuable land quickly, but without the proper spacing, plants are forced to compete against each other for nutrients and sunlight. Now here's what's interesting. If you've got straight rows, then it's easy to keep them straight. But once you get a curve in a row, it's very hard to get the rows straight again. The only way to fix it is to go ahead and fix a marker in the distance and set your eyes on that marker and go forward. When the farmer described this to me, I couldn't help but see the spiritual parallels. Namely, whatever we fix our eyes on will become our standard. Jesus invites us to set our eyes on Him, that He would be our marker in the distance. Paul reminds us in Hebrews 12 to keep our eyes fixed on Jesus, the author and the perfecter of our faith. In Luke 9, Jesus says, "No one who places his hand on the plow and looks back is fit for service in God's kingdom." Now, in biblical times, plows were light and portable, but they could only scratch the surface of the ground to a depth of about 3 or 4 inches. A farmer couldn't afford to look back because he needed all of his energy and focus to push down and dig deep enough into the ground so that the seeds could safely take root. He also had to watch and keep a careful eye out for rocks and stones that would break his plow. Now, the machines used today are a lot different, but farmers still recognize the importance of not looking back and keeping your eyes fixed on the marker in the distance. What is the marker I'm keeping my life set on? What am I aiming for? I think those are questions worth asking.